New at 5, it's been more than 3 months since the end of the May tornadoes devastated parts of northwest Arkansas. And while most of the debris has been cleaned up, some areas are taking more time, including at Hobbs State Park in Rogers. 5 News reporter Kayla Davis walked through some of the trails today with the park superintendent to get a better idea of where they stand in the cleanup process.
What used to be shaded area all across the trails at Hobbs State Park is now open sky. Throughout the 12,000 acres of the park, more than 2,200 trees were knocked down from the Memorial Day weekend tornadoes, leaving the park with extensive damage. While some trails in the park were a quick fix,
within the first 2 weeks, we had all of our trails that are 1.5 miles and shorter, such as this one, open at that time.
Other more remote areas have been particularly difficult.
A lot of the cleanup you've seen going on in northwest Arkansas with the big trucks and the knuckle booms picking up along the curbsides, that's not possible on 45 miles of our trails.
Some trees could fall at any moment, which is why it's taking crews longer to clean up.
A lot of the timber that got knocked down is hung up on other timber and leaning, so we have a lot of weight bearing down on the base of those trees, which is very dangerous for sawyers.
Park Superintendent Mark Clippinger says FEMA will reimburse about 75% of the costs, but the rest is on the park.
Up to this point, we've spent close, just right now, we're on the early stages, close to $500,000.
With so much debris Clippinger's team won't be able to reach, they're racing against the clock to burn what they can.
We've been advised if in the future we don't get some burning done in here, we're going to end up having greater infestation of insects and pathogens that potentially could move out into the live timber.
But burning to that extent isn't a simple process.
We'll burn up the small twigs and branches, and where stuff is piled, it might burn, but where the trees are scattered, that is going to take a long time to catch on fire. It's going to be, in my opinion, decades of burning to try to make this happen.
So far, they've cleared about 7 miles of the multi-use trails. Clippinger says it could take up to a year for contractors and climbers to completely clear those popular trails. But he says it's still safe to visit the parts of the park that are open, with many visitors like these kids taking advantage of the beautiful scenery.
We happen to have Elm Tree Elementary School from Bentonville here today, going through a rotation of stations here in the field, and they were here on Ozark Plateau Trail, so it's exciting to get them back.
In Rogers, covering news where you live, Kayla Davis, 5 News.